Today we're going to pull our Yukon Gold potatoes. I planted these potatoes on March 24th, so we are right at 90 days today. These have a maturity of about 80 to 95 days, so we're getting towards the end, but as you can see, since the plants have all died off, it's time to pull them out. I have 6 bags total. My 3 other bags have a little bit of growth left, so I'm going to actually let them grow another week or two, so this will be a 2-part video, and we'll see if letting them go another 5 to 10 days actually makes them any bigger or not, or if they're still all gonna be the same. So today we're just gonna get started and we're gonna start pulling these. I planted 3 pounds and 11 ounces total of Yukon Gold potatoes. But pulling potatoes was one of my favorite things to do because you really have no idea what's been growing in these, and I have not messed with them at all. The only thing I did was I put some extra soil on them a couple weeks ago because a few of them were starting to pop out the top and then they're turning green, and we don't want our potatoes to turn green. So let's just start pulling because we don't want to wait. Last year was my first year growing potatoes in grow bags. And so this year is my second year, and last year they did awesome. Last year I grew russet and Yukon Gold. And look at this one, still has the seed right there on this. So this one hasn't rotted away or anything, but here is our first potato. So not very big. My Yukon Gold did not grow very big last year, but I got a lot of them. And so I really liked them because they're my favorite to make mashed potatoes with. Oh, here we go. So as you can see, there's the potato, but there's still the seed potato that I planted. So last year, these kind of rotted off. So I'm kind of surprised that I can still see it. Last year, I grew Yukon Gold potatoes and I grew russets. And the Yukon Gold grew better than the russet. So I decided I'm just gonna do all Yukon Gold this year, because might as well grow something that you know will work. So this is the seed potato, and it's a little bit more rotten than it was last year. So now we'll just have to start digging in here and seeing what we can find. So hopefully we will get some potatoes. There we go. There's a Yukon Gold. There's a nice one right there. There's a nice one right here. See, that one looks pretty good. And let's just keep digging in. Oh, here's a nice real big one. So I'm getting lots of them already. So I probably planted, 4 or 5 in each bag. Here's another one. They look pretty good. They don't look like they've rotted. They don't look like they've had any issues with them so far. And let's see. There we go. I gotta dig deeper on this one. Oh, there we go. There's another one. So one of my favorite part about potatoes is you just have no idea. And so sometimes you'll get a lot, sometimes you might get a little. I'm having to dig down pretty deep. These are fairly deep grow bags that I'm using. I bought more grow bags for peanuts that I'm growing, and those are wider. So I don't know if these ones work better. So there's another seed potato, and I'm not sure if that one did anything. What I might try to do is reuse some of these potatoes. There's not a ton in this bag. It doesn't, oh, there's one. Oh, there's a seed. So some of my sweet seed potatoes maybe didn't take off. I'm not really sure. There's definitely more potatoes in here than I planted. But there we go. And because it's still only June, I might see if I can grow more potatoes in here because I have a fairly long growing season. So I think I got them all out of here. What I'll do at the end is I'll pour them all out on a big tarp just to make sure there's nothing left. So here's what I got for bag number 1. Now let's try bag number 2. So here's a potato, here's a Yukon Gold. Those are just coming off on it. And let's see, oh, I can feel more in here. Yeah, there we go. See, look at all that. Look at all those potatoes. So we got 1, that's cool, 2, 3, 4, 5, just from that handful right there. There's another one. All I did with these plants, let's see if I can pull one out with them on the plant. There we go. See there? There we go. There's that, what they look like. There's the seed potato right there. Right here, still on there. You can see there's the seed, there's the potatoes growing on it. So this one has 2 potatoes. So I put half a potato in, and I got 2-foot one, and one's pretty big. I'm gonna save that right here. And we'll keep digging. There's some more over here. Yeah, these are about the size I was expecting. These make great mashed potatoes, and so you might as well grow the ones you like. So all I really did for these is I did put potato fertilizer in them when I planted them. I made a video on it. And then I basically would water it and let it sit out here in the backyard, which is full sun. There's a rotten one, sweet potato. And then I would let it just basically grow in these grow bags. The grow bags worked really well last year. I'm impressed. This is just 3 bags right here. And that one's empty. So let's not waste any time. And let's go to the next one. All right, let's see what happens if I pull. There we go. There's one right there. There's a potato. And then I can take these camping and make mashed potatoes. So I also have sweet potatoes that I'm growing. I'm not sure if my other bag will grow much larger than these. These are about as big as I was expecting for Yukon Gold. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, pull them up. Look at that, we'll see. There's a whole bunch right there. So they're not going down very deep. Just 3 more. Pretty big. There we go. There's potatoes right there. And we'll see what else we can pull up in here. There we go. Here's some more right there. It's a nice big one. And then these are the seed potatoes. That one is mushy. And so that one might not have turned into potatoes. So some of the seeds, and I did order these online from Gurney's. Here's 2 more right there. An online nursery, just because I was still new and I wanted to make sure I had potatoes that would grow. And then I cut them up and I put them in the dirt and really just let them sit for the last 3 months. There's a seed potato, so I don't want that. There's another potato. And I have an awesome potato masher that I use when I make my mashed potatoes. All right, but there we go. So now I think, I'll come back, pour them out. But let's go weigh them and let's see. There's another one. See, you just really don't know. I'm sure I'm missing some. I'll have to pour them out. Oh, there's another one right there. So this is just half of my potatoes. And the other ones I'm gonna let grow a little bit. I don't feel any more in there. So I'm gonna still get a big tarp. I'll pour them out and then we'll see how many are left. And so let's go weigh them and see how much more, add another one, we have compared to what we planted. So let's go weigh them. So I did pour out all of the dirt onto this tarp from all 3 bags. I only found 2 more potatoes right here, so we'll grab those. This is a faster way of doing it, but after watching the grow bags grow all summer, I like digging into the grow bags to see what I can get, because this just kind of would make them appear quicker, but I like digging it out because for me, that's the fun part. All right, I've got my scale, I've got my potatoes. 3 months ago, we planted 3 pounds and 11 ounces, and I'm pretty sure even just picking half the potatoes, we have already passed that. But let's put them in to make sure. And let's see if I can find 3 pounds. There's 3 pounds, 13 ounces. So that's how much potatoes I planted total for all 6 bags. And after 3 bags, I have 5 pounds, 15 ounces, 5 pounds, 14.9 ounces. So we did well, and there's still 3 more bags to go. So follow along and we'll see if adding a few more weeks to grow in those bags will change anything. Honestly, I'm not sure because these are already pretty big, but we'll pick those in a few weeks and see you next time.